Hey Terrosphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I thought it might be fun to do a live unboxing for the Anima Mundi Tarot. The only thing I've done so far is remove the tape from this box to make it easier to bust into. Let's see. So this was a Kickstarter that I backed, I want to say in like September. So and it was super, it came super fast. I've actually had this since a little bit before Christmas, and I decided to wait until now to open it. So let's bust into this bad Larry, shall we? It came in this awesome black mailer. Usually you see like they're just like brown craft, or they're, oh my God, that is beautiful. So that is what it looks like when you open it up. Oh my goodness. Hi, John, how are you? We're unboxing it today. I've had it for a couple of weeks and I'm just now opening it. And this is gorgeous. Can we even begin to like appreciate this packaging? Like that is amazing. It's one of the most beautiful mailers I've seen a deck come in. And then there is this really adorable thank you note that tells you, you know, your backer. I'm just going to put my address out off of there, but it's, you know, the backer amount, what backer number you were, and what you pledged for. And then the deck, I don't know if you can see, it's wrapped in this beautiful gold paper, and it's nestled in black paper. So I backed for an enamel pin. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. So as part of my backing, the reward level, this was it's an enamel pin of the High Priestess. I'm just trying to get it to focus for you guys, but apparently we're super not into that today, are we, camera? There we go. That is a gorgeous pin. Oh my goodness. I hope so. I don't see why I wouldn't enjoy it so much. Oh my goodness. All right, so I just lifted the thing out. I just lifted the deck out of the box. Above, so below in the box, and I'm going to feel really bad recycling this box. So much thought went into it. It's just so gorgeous. Okay, so we've got the black paper that it came nestled in for shipping. And all right, are we ready? I have been so excited to use this. It's taken all of my willpower to not bust into this deck. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. So this, it smells like new deck. Is the Anima Mundi. I am so excited. Okay, so first things first, the box looks amazing. One thing that is a little sad about it is where the on boxes where the bottom is flush with the top, the little thumb hole cutouts are definitely appreciated. Otherwise, oh, it's sliding off pretty well though, so that's not too bad. And oh, it's a little glittery on the inside. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but there's like little gold glitteries. And the inside of the box is finished. It's gorgeous. It's, you know, there's nothing. I love when they don't put things on the back of the box like advertisement. So it's finished. Like it's a sturdy chipboard. It's going to keep your deck nice and safe, which is really cool. All right, so let's see. First things first is the little white book. So just as Anima Mundi guidebook, and it looks to me to be a very standard guidebook. So no pictures, just quick little descriptions. Not necessarily a bad thing though. So maybe I wouldn't recommend the deck for beginners because it's an art deck. Oh, you do get a little bit about reversals. You get a little spread right there. Let's see. Oh, you get a Celtic Cross and a 7-card Eclipse spread. Oops. Oh, a 7-card ellipse. I don't know why I said eclipse. I got eclipse on the mind, don't I? And then you get how to do your 12-month spread. Yeah, so I mean, you get a little bit about how to read, but where this is an art deck, I never recommend starting. I started with a couple of art decks, and then I had to backpedal and learn from a Rider Waite anyway. But this guidebook, I think, is just enough for us to kind of get into. Oh, it does kind of go into a little bit about why she chooses the animals she chooses, and she labels the animals in here, which is really nice. There are a couple of animal decks out there that are just like, guess what this is? And you're just like, why did you choose that animal and what is it? which sounds silly, but it is what it is. Oh, and then the bottom of the box is also finished. That's beautiful too. I love when the boxes are like a complete thing as opposed to an afterthought. So this is the deck. It has the gold gilding on the edges. Beautiful. The cardstock. Ooh, yay. It's the only other time I've really run into this cardstock, it's like a hair. It's like a step, it's like a teensy step below. It's a teensy step below the Pagan Otherworlds. It's like that playing card kind of a feel. And the only other time I've ever really seen it, I actually have this deck handy because I was using it earlier, is on the Ritual Abuse Tarot. So right away, gorgeous. I'm very excited for that. It's that awesome like playing card. You can rifle shuffle the crap out of it kind of a thing. And it's nice and flexible and sturdy, and they just feel professionally finished, which is really nice. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of make our way through the cards. So we start with the Ace of Cups. I think it's a little interesting that it started with the suits. Usually you get the journey through the Fool and then you get into the suits. So right away we're jumping into the suits. So we've got Ace of Cups. Oh, and it's going to be aces, twos, threes, fours, that kind of a thing. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, Swords, Wands. This is gorgeous. I mean, like this deck, the Death card. Okay, so these are all mixed up then, because here is the Death card. And honestly, how stunning is that? This is a snake shedding its skin. I can think of no better animal type metaphor for death than this. Usually you just see like a pile of like bones, but where, oh, this is so good, where death is change. Ooh, but a snake is also kind of like scary and maybe even venomous. Like, oh, it's so good. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Cups. I loved that one. I saw this one. I saw this image. It was as an update. I was really looking forward to that on the Kickstarter campaign. Got some beavers. We've got the Eight of Swords is a hanging bat. A Roadrunner for, oh my God, that's so perfect. It's a Roadrunner for the Eight of Wands. And then we've got penguins for the that's the Five of Cups. Oh no, you guys, it's so sad. It's a little baby chick is so sad. Look at him. Oh, that is like the most depressing thing. That is so depressing. Oh my goodness, you guys. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles. This is the Five of Swords. So yeah, you've got a bunch of feathers down there, but nothing else dead, which is nice. And then you've got the Five of Wands, locking horns. I saw this imagery. What was the other deck I just saw this imagery in? Shoot, I can't remember, but a locking of horns, which is because that's basically what that card's about. And then you've got the Four of Cups, which is very hermit crabby. I love that. That's a really good one for the Four of Cups because it's somebody who's very like drawn in on themselves and kind of grumpy. And for the hermit crab just works for it. And the Four of Pentacles is a raccoon. And then we've got, that looks like a red-tailed hawk to me, as the Four of Swords for rest. And then the Four of Wands, we just have wands and we just have like flowers in bloom, which is, I think, aside from the suit so far, this is one of the first animalist cards we've run across. And then we've got Judgment, Strength. No, that's Justice. Oh my goodness. So they put a lion somewhere else aside from Strength, which is awesome. So we've got a lion in Justice. And this is the King of Cups is an orca. The King of Pentacles. The King of Swords. And the King of Wands is a coyote. Actually, I really like that. We have coyotes here, but they're more coy wolves than they are coyotes. Then we've got the Knight as a dolphin. So it looks like she's sticking with ocean mammals for the court cards on the cups. And then we've got the Knight of Pence, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, The other thing that I really appreciate about this nature deck is that she is sticking with the traditional names of the suits and hasn't gone and named them something else silly. That's what it was. So the Five of Wands was the five of something or others in, or the five of it. I forget if it was up in that. It's the Five of Stones, which is also supposed to be the wand suit, is a set of antlers locked like this in the wooden tarot. So that's the last place I saw that imagery. So then we've got the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Cups. I could see where a coral reef would make an amazing Nine of Cups card, because it's like kind of like the wish card. Like you've got like everything is going on there. It's a very like wonderfully balanced and rich ecosystem. So then you've got the Nine of Pentacles. I love this. You've got the, so you've got a vulture as the Nine of Swords. It's a very interesting choice to have made there. I suppose a vulture could kind of be the stuff of nightmares. And then the Nine of Wands. This is another one where there's no animal in here. There's just fire. That'll be interesting to see why she chose that. And then we've got the Page of Cups as a little otter. Dorbies. And a squirrel for the pentacles. A salamander for the wands. And a monarch butterfly for the Page of Swords. That is an interesting choice as well. And then we've got the Queen of Cups is a whale. The Queen of Pentacles is a doe. The Queen of Swords is an owl. And the Queen of Wands is a cheetah. Oh, this was one of the cards that I was really looking forward to. All right, so this is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is usually the card where it's like the cards are, the cups are all floating in the sky and they're full of different choices. Like there's like a skull in one or a knife in one, and then like some water in one, and some money in another. It's a very, again, it's kind of like, be careful what you like, you choose wisely kind of a card. And I don't know, like I feel like this card needs to be meditated on, but I really like the Seven of Cups in the deep, like where every decision is like really important. If you're in the part of the ocean where the light doesn't reach, you've really got to conserve resources and make wise choices. And I think that that is an amazing card for that. It's amazing imagery for that card. So then we've got the Seven of Pentacles as an elephant. The Seven of Swords as a crow. And the Seven of Wands. Again, there seems to be a lot of wands that have no animals at all in them. Be interesting to see why she chose to do that. And then we've got the Six of Cups, another card with no animals in. The Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. I'm sorry, the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. So the wand suit seems to be mostly fauna-based, or flora-based, which is interesting. Strength as a, I think that's supposed to be a rhinoceros beetle. It might also be a scarab, but that's a really interesting choice for strength, especially if you read about how strong those kinds of bugs are. It's a really kind of, it's a wise and interesting choice. And then we've got the Temperance as lilies. The Ten of Cups. So we've got two different, so we've got a school of fish for the Ten of Cups. And that's, I would, you know, honestly, I feel like I would switch places between the Ten of Cups, and let me see if I've got the 9 handy. But I want those two cards to switch places. I'm sure I can come to terms with it. It's like, it's not a huge deal, but I can't find it. I can't find it in my pile. But yeah, I want these two. Hi, Missy. How are you? We're doing an unboxing and a flip through for the Anima Mundi. But yeah, I want the 9 and the 10 to switch places here. Oh, I wish I had it at my fingertips. I should have kept it out. Shoot, shoot, shoot. That's what I get for trying to be orderly and then making a big mess. All right. Then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, the Ten of Swords. Is that a seagull? That's a seagull. Poor little seagull. What did he ever do to deserve that? And then we've got the Ten of Wands again. Just, I don't know, like the wands, I would have expected, because it's the Anima Mundi, and I would expect more Anima and less, you know, like, I mean, they're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but that, like, this feels a little pippish to me. This entire suit of wands feels a lot more pippish to me than an like, it just, nothing wrong with it though. I mean, it's a beautiful deck again. So we've got a ram for the chariot. For the devil, we've got a human. This is the only human in the deck, I believe, and that is really, that is saying a lot. It really is. It's appropriate too, especially where if ever there was a perfect depiction of vice gone out of control, it would be mankind. And then we've got the Emperor as a tall oak, as a tall pine tree, an evergreen. And then we've got the Empress as a, is that a rose? It's a purple rose. I think that's a rose anyway. And then we've got the Fool as this adorable little foxy. How cute and toots is he? And the Hanged Man is a spider. I think this is the first time I've seen the Hanged Man as a spider instead of seeing a spider web for the wheel. We've got the Octopus as the Hermit. And we've got the Hierophant as a stag. The High Priestess is the owl. The Lovers are cranes. That's adorable. The Magician. Ooh, that's a beautiful one. A nice, cute little moth for the Magician. The Moon card. This is one of my most favorite moon cards ever. The Moon card, I really judge a deck by its moon card. It is what it is. And this has to be one of the most beautiful ones. I think this is second only to the Moon, like not even second. It kind of ties for my first place now with the Moon card from the Fountain Tarot. And then we've got the Star. Is that a stork? It might be an ibis, but that's a gorgeous card for the Star. The Sun. I love this card for the Sun. It's just the horse. It's just the horse from the Rider-Waite, and I love it because that baby is really disturbing. The Tower is a volcano. I can see that. Like that's an amazing. I don't think it's the first time I've seen a volcano as the tower, but it certainly works well. And then for the World, we've got what looks to be a rainforest canopy. And let's see. Oh, Three of Cups. We're near the end, you guys. The Three of Coin, the Three of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Oh, there's some birds in the background. I don't know if you guys can see that, but way in the back there. I think I love this deck so much because I feel like Bob Ross would have painted it. And then we've got the Two of Seahorses, the Two of Pentacles. Oh, this is I think this is one of the first Pentacles where there's no animal in this. Oh no, wait, there is. There's a snake. Oh, look at him. He's hiding right there. There he is. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at some of the other decks that I thought didn't have, some of the other cards that I didn't think had animals in there. Oh, no, but here we go. Here's this. This one doesn't have any animals either, the Two of Swords. This one is very Pagan Otherworlds. I actually think I have that card handy because I was trying to assess my, yep, I do. I was trying to assess my, yeah, look at that. Those are very similar. Yeah, because I pulled this one. This is my, this is the card for the overarching theme for the year that I pulled in my, Wheel of the Year spread. But yeah, look at how similar those are. Down to the crescent moon. I hope that's not going to be an issue for her later on. Although these two decks are going to work beautifully together. How excited are we about that? And then last but not least, we've got the Two of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. Okay. So all of the stuff really going on in the Wheel of Fortune is like down on the bottom, as opposed to being all spread out around here. So, I mean, you've got like the good and the bad and like the, you know, dust to dust kind of thing going on that the wheel usually brings with it. But yeah, no, this is such a beautiful deck. I cannot wait to read with it. Actually, we're going to do a couple of readings now. If anybody has any questions, you can go ahead and put them in like the chat doobly. But the quality is amazing. I cannot wait till we're going to give it a good shuffle. Oh yeah, there's the 9. Shoot. Okay, so the 2 cards that I wanted to switch place that I noticed right off the bat. But why would it be? Oh my goodness. All right. I'm just making a mess at this point. But yeah, I want the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. I'm sorry, the 7 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. No, yeah, no, the 9 and the 10. I want the 9 and the 10 to switch places. One's a coral reef. One is the under the water. All right. So if anybody wants a reading, go ahead and put it in the. Oh my God, Missy, isn't it like the best deck ever? I was really kind of chomping at the bit to be to unbox it and use it. I've actually had it since before Christmas, and I just haven't had a chance to film this, so I haven't done that yet. Anyway, the deck fits nicely in a hand. Even like so, even if you don't have ginormous man hands like me, you can totally still handle it. It's normal tarot size. All right, so shuffling needs to be broken in, but I know from experience that this kind of cardstock will shuffle nicely. All right, let's see if we can get it to break in a little bit more. So yeah, does anybody have any questions? We're going to do some readings with the deck right now. All right. So Missy wants a general reading. We can do a general reading for you, Missy. Did you have a general reading in mind with any specific area of focus? Let's see if we can do. Oh, so it's going to do hand over hand a little bit better until we break it in. Just is what it is. All right. Oh, you had a card pop out. Ooh. Oh. I don't have a very good poker face, Missy. It's not a great card. It's not a great hand. Oh, no, that's another one popped out for you. Okay, not too bad. All right, we need one more. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to pull from the middle of the deck here. That one. That one seems to have your name on it. Okay. So the first one to pop out was the 10 of Swords. Womp womp. And then the second card to pop out was the World. And then the third card that we pulled for you was the Star. So 10 of Swords is never a happy or welcome card, but it would suggest to me that if you have something going on right now and you kind of can't wait for it to be done, and I think it's going to end, but it's probably not going to end in a way that you really want it to. But once it's done and over with, it's done and over with. So, I mean, like, take your time to kind of be sad about how it ends or why it ends or what have you, but just know that it's over. And I feel like that's confirmed a little bit with the World card. The World is as much an end as it is a new beginning too. I mean, it's like taking the book and going shut on it. So I think what they're trying to tell you here is, like, just because something is ending and you don't like the way that it ended, you should just kind of be glad that it's over. And the Star is an amazing card to get after that. I think that whatever this is that needs to just kind of end, and you just need to be happy that it has ended, once that's done and over, it's going to make way for something so much better in your life. Like, it's just, there's something just on the edge of like wanting to happen, and it can't happen until you just kind of like let it go. Like, you know, I hate to get all Disney on you, but let it go. you know, it's done. It's time. It's over. Like just, and it's probably not, like I said, it's not going to end the way that you want. It's kind of being like, you know, I want all my debt to be gone, but you know, like for as an example, you know, I want all my debt to be gone, but you know, I want to pay it off nicely and blah blah blah. But like, it turns out maybe you have to declare bankruptcy. Like that's not the way you want it to end, but it's over. Like that kind of like it's like that kind of an ending. It's a compromise. It's not a compromise in your favor. But once it does end, it's going to clear that board for you to do exactly what it is that you needed to do. So I hope that reading made sense to you, and I hope it resonates. So let's see. So how are you? I know I've had this deck. Okay, so it's the Anima Mundi. So for those who are just joining us, that's the deck that we're using. I just unboxed it. I have had it for like, oh God, I had a week, so for like a week before Christmas, and I just haven't had a chance to unbox it, and it took all of my willpower to not tear into it and like not do an unboxing. And we're doing readings with it. So Danita wants a reading about what the card says about the business as she's moving in a new direction. Okay, so Danita's moving in a new direction with her business. Okay, so the shuffling is going to take a little while to wear in, you guys. I was hoping that it wouldn't be. I think it's the gilding that's affecting the shuffling. Yeah, the shuffle, because I just did a side by side, and that shuffled much better. I think I'm just going to have to do like one of these with the deck for a while to work on how it shuffles, do the rifle. Because you know me, I'm all about the rifle. All right. So Danita, what is going on with your business? All right. All right, Danita. Well, I'll be damned if it's not the World card again. Hooray! All right, so we got the World card and the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. All right, so you're moving in a new direction with your business. You know, again, the World card is a card about endings and new beginnings. So I don't know if there's a certain aspect of your business that intrigued you more than it did previous, but you know, you're ready to move on from whatever it is that you were doing. And so I mean, like, but it's a happy ending. It's a like this doesn't feel as weighty as the last time we pulled this card. But it's like a yay, something new. Like it just feels to me like you need that new. So it sounds like 3 is really going for you this year. So 3 of Wands and 3 of Pentacles. Very much, I don't think whatever it is that you are ready to move on to, I don't think you're quite there yet as far as being able to take whatever it is professional. You know, to take it mainstream, like to be like, okay, this is the thing I'm doing now. I think that needs a little more thought. I think you need to tie up your loose ends, and like, if you want to really end that chapter in your life, it's time to, you know, time to really start learning more about. I think there's still more that you need to learn. You need to become a little more of an expert in whatever it is that you want to move on to. This to me just feels like there's, you know, there's bees. They're like they're very busy. They're very like, you know, they're worker bees. They're making the honey. They're tending the hive. They're, you know, they're kind of experts, and they're experts and they're specialized. So I feel like whatever it is that you're going to move on to, one, you need to kind of narrow that field down and specialize, because that's what bees do. Like you need to find your niche. You also need to find community within that niche. Like you cannot really, like if you've tried to, whatever you've tried to do, if you've tried to learn it yourself, there's more that you need to learn, and you need to consult the community, and you need to consult some experts, because you're almost like you're just there. You're like beep, beep, just there, but there's just, you know, you need some expertise. Like you need some good advice as far as that's concerned. And you need some more planning too. And I think that's where the Three of Wands kind of comes in. I mean, this is an amazing new direction for you. There's, this is a sunrise and like a flock of birds, and, I'm going to sneeze. Am I? I'm not. Okay. So the Three of Wands, I mean, it's definitely like this new path has potential, and it's definitely something that you should move toward and plan for and whatnot, but you're just not quite there yet. There's some more work that needs to be done. It just feels like, oh, you almost got it, but maybe take a class kind of a thing, like kind of, just I feel like you're just not quite, like you're good, but there's more that you could learn, if that makes any sense. So that is the reading that I got for your business and moving in that new direction. And I hope it resonated. All right. Does anybody else want a reading for this from this bad Larry? Because it seems to be really, there it is. Damn it. Oh my goodness. I've been trying. This is the one that I want to be, the 10 of Cups. All right. So this deck is going to just have a sense of humor. Apparently that's what it's going to do. Okay. Does anybody else need a reading? Anybody? Anybody want a reading? All right, because if nobody else wants one, hi Bella, how are you? We're doing readings with the Anima Mundi today. If nobody else wants a reading, I'm going to wrap this up just because, oh my goodness, I cannot put my deck in order. Cannot keep my house in order, cannot keep my deck in order. All right, we're doing a few readings with the Anima Mundi today. I'm very excited to finally have unboxed this deck because now it means I get to use it. I have another deck that I really need to film an unboxing for because I cannot wait. A general reading? All right. So a general reading for Bella. Let's see what we got going on here. This deck is the best. It is like super cute. All right. We got a general reading for Bella. Feeling that one for you, Bella. And that one. And that one for you. Okay. Oh, you got the Knight of Pentacles. And you got the Page of Pentacles. You got a lot of knights going on in your life. And you got the Eight of Wands. Okay. I feel like there's an old, is it weird to say, like I never usually read these as people, but I'm kind of getting the feeling of an older and a younger person butting heads here. And maybe having a little bit of a tiff or just some sort of an argument, like some kind of a, like both very stubborn. I don't know why, but I just kind of get like, I get that from this. It's not like, why do you wish the cardstock was better? I love this cardstock. Oh my goodness. We're going to butt heads about the cardstock right now. But yeah, I get the feeling like either they've drifted, like these two people have drifted apart. They're not really talking, or they're like maybe a little too busy and a little too, I don't know. They feel like oil and water to me. That being said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really usually like to read these as people. So if we just go by general energy, the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, it's about this, I guess you could read this as somebody who's learning to evolve with their money a little bit better. Like the Page of Pentacles is usually very like I'm good, like, oh yeah, we can spend that. The money's going to be fine. And it'll be great. Like, let's buy that. Or, oh my God, I just have some money. Or they just got a job or whatever. I don't know. Like, court cards, they always trip me up, man. But the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who, they're not afraid of spending money because they also know how to make it. Where the Page of Pentacles is somebody who spends money but maybe not as experienced. I don't know, just something about this card, about these cards. These feel like people to me. I don't know why. like I keep referring to them as people. I don't know. Are you having a fight with somebody about money? Or is there some sort of spending money like that needs to, like, does something need to be bought and you're kind of having a fight about it? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's an expense, or somebody bought something, or I don't know, so there's a fight over money. Like, I feel like that this is two people like arguing about money and like maybe not talking about it as much as they should be. Like, the fight has happened or it hasn't. Like, these are people fighting over money. But anyway, having an argument. I don't know why. Like, I just kind of feel that way about it. I feel the way I feel, and you can't take away my feels. And then you also got the 8 of Wands, though, as the Roadrunner. So this is swift action. Whatever it is the TIFF is about, be it money, be it just people who just aren't, people that are kind of butting heads or whatever. It's going to be a quick TIFF. It's not going to be like, it's going to be in and out, just like this Roadrunner. And it's at the end, I think you're probably going to think it's just about as stupid as a Roadrunner cartoon is. Like, you're going to be like, why do we fight about that? That's so dumb. Like, whatever it is, the fight's it's going to be over like a flash, or make up like a flash. I don't know. So there's something coming up this week where you're going to be fighting about money. That's, oh my goodness, Bella. But whatever it is, it's like, I feel like the fight is either over fast. It just feels like two people fighting over money and like the ripping off of a Band-Aid. Like, that's just, I don't know. I'm not getting very much word. Like, this is more of a feel read for me. And then, I mean, okay, if you have a big bill to pay, I know you're finding it hard to pay. Like, just pay it fast. Write that check fast and send it off fast. And I feel like you have to pay it. But anyway, there's going to be some sort of an argument or something over that bill with somebody. I don't know. It just, again, this is more of a feels read. And I think this is where and why I have a hard time feeling like I'm ready to take tarot professional, is sometimes I just get feels and I find them really hard to put into words. Like, I know these are people, and I know there's a fight. I know it's over money. Like, this like somebody's really loose with it. Somebody's really tight with it. And it's not awesome. And then like the whole thing goes real fast is just kind of how I feel about it. It's like, whoosh, like done, over, in and out, like whatever. So I'm sorry that wasn't a more specific reading for you. But sometimes that's just the way it is. That's the way it is, tarot. Yeah, I don't it's not so much that I don't go with the feeling, it's that it's really hard. Hi, Sue, how are you? It's really hard to put it into words. So anyway, anybody else want a reading? Otherwise, we're going to close it down with a general read for the group, and then I am going to go make spaghetti, because why not? Because that's how you fail your first New Year's resolution, is the big bowl of pasta. It's cold out, and sometimes you just need noodles. So let's see. Hi, Molly. How are you? Oh, my goodness. So let's see. Does anybody else need a reading? Otherwise, we're doing general reading for the group. All right. Last call. Going once, going twice. General group reading then. All right. Let's see. I want that one for us. And I want that one for us. And I want that one for us. Okay. All right. Sue, what kind of a reading do you want? What do you need a reading on? I'm going to put these back. All right. So Sue's going to have a reading, and then I am going to then I'm going to do a reading for the group, and then we're going to be done. Oh, Molly, it's such a great little deck. I'm really sad that I haven't opened it until now. All right, so a reading about money. A reading about money for Sue. Let's see. Sue, that is really hard for me to call you that. It's my mom's name. Are you, if that's mom, I swear to God. I swear to God. If it's your mom, I swear to God. I'm murdering whoever gave you the link. But anyway, a reading about money for Sue. All right. Yeah, no, the online pics really don't do it justice, especially that I think it's the 7 of Cups is just such a beautiful card. All right, so we've got the Moon, and we've got the 8 of Wands for you as well. And we've got the Hermit. Okay, so let's see. All right, so the Moon card is a card about not knowing all of the, is about not knowing everything, because the Moon only lights your path so far as, you know, you can see about that far, but you can't see everything else that's going on in front of you. It only gives you so much light. It only gives you so much vision on the path. It's also usually a card about irrational fear, if that makes any sense. It's like, okay, nightmares and surrealism and whatnot, but not like real nightmares. It's like the nightmares where your hands turn into ladles and like, you know, it's dumb, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's not a scary card, but it is like, it's a card of the unknown. And I feel like that's probably where some of your money trouble is kind of coming from. It feels to me like it's probably not as big a deal as you're making it out. It's scary. Like, nobody likes having money trouble. It's scary. And I think you've kind of irrationally blown it out of proportion. Also, you got the Hermit card. It's a card of personal journey, but it's also the card of going it alone. I don't know if you, like, do you have anybody bringing in another income, or are you like the sole provider? Because if you're like, especially like, financial freedom is always kind of, it's hard and it's scary, and it's a huge deal, but you grow a lot by getting your, and like, I get that, you know, money is tight. And all right, so if you, yeah, so you're kind of going it alone. You're a sole provider. Being a sole provider is really scary. You're probably scared about like upcoming, like, you know, emergencies coming in that you won't be able to handle financially or what have you. I mean, I just think it's not so much that you have money trouble. I think it's that you're afraid of not having money. And because you're afraid of not having money, you kind of let it dominate how you handle your money, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't think it's anything you can't juggle. That's the other thing that I like about the Hermit is, you know, octopi usually are, they're not very social creatures amongst their own species, but they have enough arms to handle all the shit that comes their way. like you can absolutely, there's some juggling going on. But I think that you having to handle like, have this money on your, like you're having money troubles because you're learning how to juggle your money. And it's not so much that you don't have enough, it's that you just haven't really learned how and where to put it, and how and when to spend it, and how and where to treat it, and you're just afraid of it. So I feel like that's the personal growth for you, is just learning to, 1, not be afraid of it, 2, not be afraid of situations that might arise, because I feel like you're smart enough to handle it. It's just, you're just afraid, and it's okay to be afraid. The other thing that we see for you is, again, the 8 of Wands, and this is a card of swift movement. So money probably comes and goes for you pretty fast, which would suggest to me an almost paycheck to paycheck kind of a style of living. And you can only run so fast for so long. So if I were you, I would maybe start making a plan to save, even if it's just a little. You know, maybe learn to cut out some expenses that are unnecessary. If you haven't cut the cord yet, cut the cord. If you haven't, you know, maybe if you're buying filet mignon, maybe it's time to look at ramen, like that kind of a thing. It's just, you know, just I think you need to learn to slow the coming and going of your money down a little bit. Like this is kind of like you need to stop doing Wile E. Coyote type shit to do it. Like that's kind of like where it's not so much that, you know, it's like big news and incoming and whatever, or what it like usually this is like incoming stuff and like, oh my God, it's very swift, whatever. This is more like a comical trying to catch your money kind of a thing. And I just, I see like a lot of, or not even necessarily like see or feel, it's not really the right word for it, but I'm kind of picturing like, all right, well, to save money this week, we're going to like cut all these coupons and buy 48 rolls of toilet paper because I got 48 coupons. And then shit, I've got no money for electricity because I bought 48 packages of toilet paper. Like it, like it just feels to me like you're doing Wile E. Coyote stuff to hang on to your money or save money, or like trying to be a little more wise. You need to stop being a little, you know, the saying pound wise, penny foolish, penny wise, pound foolish. You got to find that balance. That's all. And you got to stop being ridiculous. I feel like you're being ridiculous in some aspect about your money. Like, but so, I mean, you know, we're all a little ridiculous when it comes to money, and there's nothing wrong with being a little ridiculous, but maybe don't be a lot of ridiculous. Yeah, that happens to everyone. I feel like the universe has a rule. And I heard this from a stand-up comedian, and I stole it from her. I forget her name, but I feel like the more money you say, like if you happen to come into or save up a certain amount of money, the universe lets that exact dollars amount of shit happen to you. Which is kind of like, that's my money fear, is like, oh, I'm going to save up like what, $50,000, and then I'm going to drive my, you know, like then I'm going to like drive my car into the back of a Range Rover and have to buy somebody a $50,000 car. Like that's really ridiculous. That's not really how the universe works. So I think it's just, unfortunately, that's just the way life is. Money comes and money goes. And I think it's a part of learning impermanence where our resources are concerned. Unless you're Bill Gates. Can't decide how I feel about him. But anyway, that is your money reading. All right, so we're going to do one final reading for the group. We're going to do a 3-card pull. Kind of some good vibes from this. Let's see what it says for us for the rest of the week, shall we? Oh, I just had a big chunk of cards fall out because I'm bad at shuffling. I'm not going to read those. That was not a special message. All right. So for the final message for the group, we got that card, and we got that card, and we got this guy. So we got, ooh, nice cards. Well, maybe not so nice, but we've got the 6 of Swords, and we've got the 3 of Swords. Awesome. And we've got the Page of Swords. Okay, so this is, I kind of feel like out with the old and in with the newer, this is kind of concerned. Grun, they're shuffling okay for me. I mean, the gilding isn't really rubbing off, if that's what you're asking. But again, I just got it, so I guess we can check back in a week. I'm sorry that your gilding is almost rubbed off. That's too bad. Maybe that's why they didn't gild. Maybe that's why they didn't put any gilding on Pagan Otherworlds, because it's very similar stock. All right, so very, very much out with the old and in with the new with this card. It's all swords. This is all like ideas. This is all like actions and feels and whatever. It's more like actions and ideas and mental energy. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, something isn't working for us this week. So cut the shit, like let it go. Again, this is a very, especially on a deck that you're going to use a lot. So I guess the big report coming in, you guys, is that the gilding is coming off on most of these decks. And I feel like if it's a deck you're going to use a lot, then yeah, the gilding's going to come off. It's just kind of the way it is. I'm sure if I took a look at some of my other gilded decks, I'd find spots where it's starting to rub off too, especially in the decks that I use the most. And this is a workhorse deck. I can already tell I'm going to be using this almost every other day. But anyway, so we've got the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, and time to move on from something. Something is causing us upset or stress or heartache or agita or anxiety or all that good stuff. Something we don't like it. So, hey, maybe don't do it. Very much the joke where it's like the doctor goes and you, hey, doctor, it hurts when I go like this. And the doctor says, well, don't do that. So it's time to let it go. It's time to move on. Time to stop doing that. And then the Page of Swords is, you know, it's new growth. It's coming, like new ideas. It's new. It's new. It's very fresh newness. It's very like it's new energy. So I think that once we, again, this message came up for somebody else. I forget who it was. It was one of the other readings that I just did. Once we can move on from the stuff that's kind of giving us pause, it'll make way for new stuff. It'll make way for new energy. It'll make way for new ideas. So don't get caught up in the old. It's time to like feel the sadness and then slowly move away from it. And then, you know, new stuff. I don't know. That's just kind of that. Again, this is another feels. This is going to be a hard deck to use. I can already, well, not hard. Like I want to use it every day, but this is going to be more of a feels deck. Probably use this as a personal deck for a while because I'm just like, okay, time to like, this is kind of like the let's go kind of a thing. I don't know if that helps, but. All right. So that is the Anima Mundi, you guys, and it is a gorgeous deck. If you can get a copy of it, definitely do. You're going to be sad if you missed it, especially if you're a nature deck lover. This feels almost like a marriage between Pagan Otherworlds and Wild Unknown. It is a great deck. But anyway, oh my God, a song break. Oh my goodness. I'm not singing Let It Go. It's not happening. I did it earlier. You missed it. You missed it, Groon. I already sung it earlier. All right, you guys, I'm going to go make sketties. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoyed your readings, and I'll see you later, Tarot Sphere. I actually see you tomorrow for Anthony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. Bye.